Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to do an update reading for June. This was randomized and June's reading was the first one for 17. So the update readings are basically individual readings, but I'm just checking up on them right now. I'm revisiting people that I did an individual reading a long time ago. So in this case, let's just check how is June currently doing. So how is his energy right now? We have the Two of Cups and then the Ace of Cups reverse. Okay, so what's going on with June? So currently, what's he thinking? What's he going through? So we have the Princess of Wands reverse. And we have the Queen of Wands reverse and the Priest reverse, or the High Priestess reverse. So it seems like currently he could be going through a stage where he wants to kind of like come out of his shell, or he wants to do something, he kind of wants to. And then we have Justice in the bottom reverse. There's a lot of reversals. So I see this. Oh wait, I need this for later. Seems like right now he kind of wants to do something, and he wants to kind of, as I mentioned, go out of his shell or go out of his comfort zone to be more confident, more of a risk taker, but also, maybe he wants to be emotionally invested in something as well. But he's kind of struggling a little bit with it because there's two things going on here. One, we have emotions and the unknown, subconscious, and depths that he's going through. And the other thing is taking action, being confident, and being optimistic about outcomes out here. So I do feel that one of the things that he's working on is on his emotions, right? Seems like he's going on this journey where he wants to take action in a way that satisfies his heart. Something that is meaningful, something that's deep, something that resonates with his soul, something that comes from the inner depths of his subconscious, something that cannot be seen comes forward in his person. And I say this as in the sense of like he wants to be confident, he wants to feel powerful, right? We have the Queen of Wands and the Princess of Wands here. They're both reversed. So here we have Sagittarius and Aries energy. So he wants to feel super confident. He wants to feel like his actions have meaning. He wants to feel like his actions carry some sort of weight. He wants to feel like he's taking action based on what he feels, based on what his heart is calling out for him to do. He wants to go into journeys. He wants to be confident. He wants to be optimistic. Again, he wants to take action in a way where he feels like it's mature, that he feels it's coming from a good place. He wants to, he's aiming to be this type of person, right? We saw in the concerts how he's trying to get some more confidence and, trying to be more showy and all of those things. But because I think, how they say fake it till you make it, I think he's doing that right now. He's trying, he's acting as the person that he wants to be. I don't know if he's like 100% there, but it seems like he's working towards that. All of this cards being reversed kind of tells me that he's still kind of hyping himself up for that. Seems like he wants to be more of a risk taker. Seems like he wants to be someone that is ready to just jump into the unknown. He wants to be someone that is ready to just follow his heart, even if he doesn't know where it takes him, even if he doesn't know where he's going to end up. But there's this sense of also he wants to feel beautiful. He wants to feel he wants to embrace his masculine energy in a way that satisfies his feminine energy with all these cups and this priest energy, right, which is the moon basically. I do feel like he wants to start doing something, like he wants to take action with meaning. He wants to finally go about his life in a way that he's emotionally invested in, he's emotionally satisfied with, and that brings him happiness. So we have the Two of Cups, which talks about soulmate energy, or it talks about having a very deep connection with someone or something. In this case, I do feel that this could be an energy. So I do feel that he wants to kind of combine his feminine and masculine energy in a way where they can both work together. So what I mean by that is that he wants to satisfy his, that energy that is able to feel, that is more perceptive, that is a little bit more low key, one that is manifesting, one that is bringing and attracting abundance to them. And he also wants to balance that energy with the masculine energy that is action orientated, forward thinking, that is always physically approaching their dreams. The way that masculine energies manifest their goals is by taking action, going out there and getting it. Instead of attracting the energy towards them, they go towards that energy, right? So it seems like June right now is working on finding that balance for himself. He wants to attract abundance and go after that abundance as well. Whatever goals he has in mind, that's abundance in this case. So we have the Ace of Cups reversed. I do feel like he wants to embark on a new journey where he is paying attention to his emotions, he is paying attention to his creativity, to his intuition, to his spirituality. Like, he wants to pay attention to all of the untangible things about life, that is about perception, feelings, and just his spidey senses, right? He wants to be connected to all of that cannot be seen, and all of the unknown. And I do feel that this Ace of Cups talks about this new cycle of life, because he wants to enter this action orientated energy that is based on his subconscious, based on his intuition, based on his emotions, right? He wants to just go about it in a different point of view. I guess we can put it that way. Now we have the Priest reverse. I do feel that he wants to venture into the unknown. Maybe he wants to do some shadow work. He wants to go deeper to his subconscious and do what he really, really wants to do. Something that he's not, like, he wants to jump into the unknown and do what he was not even aware that he wanted out of life, right? So he really wants to, I'm talking about like going deeper than his inner child, okay? He wants to do something that fills up his heart space, because now he's going beyond having fun and enjoying life. He wants to do something that feels meaningful to him, basically. Now let's jump into his career. So what's going on with June's career? How is he feeling, or what's going on there? We have Witch with the magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. So there's this sense of like, maybe he just has to trust his intuition. We do have a moon right here, and the hands like that make me think of someone that is like very sure of themselves, someone that feels powerful, someone that feels in control of the situation they're in. So it also makes me think of the position someone will be in if they're sitting down and they're leaning on their desk, deep in thought about something. So I do feel that right now he has to just think, gather knowledge, be patient and calm about his next steps in his career, and follow his intuition, like going with the flow, in the sense of just allowing things to happen. That's the very feminine energy type of thing, just allowing things to happen and taking action when it's the right time to take action. So it's kind of like, just analyze the situation, test the waters, see the environment he's in within his career, and then when he feels it's the right time to take action, or when he feels like this is his chance, this is the opportunity, this is the right person to talk to, or this is the right thing to do, that's when he should definitely go full on masculine mode and definitely take action and go for it. Now let's see what's going on with June's career. There's a sense of confidence and heart space as well, because I'm thinking of green and yellow. So the heart chakra and the solar plexus. And then we have Justice, which was at the bottom of the deck. It just came out. And then we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So this tells me that in his career, he feels a little bit out of balance. He feels out of harmony. This Justice card kind of looks like someone that is taking criticism, or someone that is fighting what other people are saying. Because I'm talking about, wow, why am I talking about communication and criticism? Probably because I saw the sword and I was thinking of sword energy in tarot, which usually talks about communication. It talks about our thoughts, our ideas, and our way of thinking. So I do feel that, and just seeing how this person is kind of holding the sword with their hands, kind of like stopping it, it made me think of someone that is kind of had enough with what other people have to say. So I do feel that in this case, this Justice card being reversed, I do feel that maybe people's criticism of him in his career kind of have gotten to him. So I do feel that he's reaching this point where he doesn't want those things to get to him anymore. He doesn't want what other people say, because he, whatever brings him out of harmony, he wants to work towards building confidence and building his own person in such a way that it creates this foundation that is so strong that no one can break it, no one can bother it, and no one can like infiltrate it in a way, right? So it's kind of like he creates this safe space that is him just being himself and just being so confident that no one can tear it down with just a mean comment or misplaced opinion. Let me put it that way. Like someone says something about him, or they go like, oh, I see this, or I think about him this way, or whatever. He's trying to reach a point where it actually genuinely does not affect him. Let's just put it that way. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Six of Pentacles reversed. So I do feel that in his career, June is going through a process where he's trying to find a balance. There's a lot of balance going on in his career. There's fortune and his finances are fine with his career, but he wants to find a balance where he feels stable. Let's put it that way. He wants to feel like he has all the material things in his life that he needs. He wants to feel like his health is well. He wants to feel that his money is well. And I'm thinking of all the things that Pentacles could represent. But he also wants to feel like his career is in a good place in his life. So the Six of Pentacles makes me think of someone that, in this case, since we're talking about career, he's putting work into his career and he wants to feel like he's given the appropriate credit for that work. He wants to make sure that the rewards are equal to all of that effort that he's putting in. So I'm not necessarily saying that the company is doing a good or bad job at giving him the credit, I guess is the best way I can describe it, for his hard work. I just feel that this is more like it's bigger than people type of energy, right? I do feel that June feels like he's putting energy and effort into his career and he wants like destiny or life to reward him for it, right? So giving him better opportunities, or giving him better relationships, or bringing him better people to work with, or bringing him better rewards for the work that he's doing. So if it's money, if it's credit for the work that he did, credit, or if it's recognition for what he did, recognition, right? Like he wants to be rewarded for his hard work. He feels like there's something out of balance. So seeing Justice here and seeing the Six of Pentacles, I do feel that maybe he feels like people are not I guess admitted is not necessarily the word I'm looking for. Like people are not recognizing his efforts and are not recognizing his work. And I think he kind of wants that. He wants to be, he wants people to see him for more than his surface, if that makes sense. So he wants to go deeper, and I think that could be the reason why he wants to take action with purpose, in a sense. So now let's see what's going on with June's love life. We have Mosaic with let chance play its creative role in your life. So there's another card that is kind of like encouraging him to go with the flow. Let's see what's going on with June's love life. And we have the King of Pentacles. Let me see. Whatever idea June has of love, life kind of wants him to break free of that. So I don't know necessarily what idea he may have of love, but I'm just seeing how here, like where her eyes are at, is kind of like broken into pieces. So it makes me think of like shattering in such a way of like a rebirth type of moment. So it's kind of like taking off a blindfold or seeing things differently, so a different point of view, a different perspective, or something has to change with how he sees or how he perceives love. And I think it could be very rigid somehow. So maybe he has an idea of like this is usually the outcome of his love life, and that's why he's like very rigid. Or it could just be, I'm not like 100% sure what the issue could be necessarily, but there's just something that is kind of like getting in the way of his love life. And I do feel that life is kind of telling him to kind of let go a little bit, to allow enough room for life to do its own thing, for destiny to do its own thing, for things to just kind of happen and flow the way that they have to. There's a sense of, maybe if there's some sort of expectations if there's a plan that June has in mind of how his love life should go, life is kind of saying, please try to detach yourself from those outcomes, those expectations, and that very rigid way of thinking, and allow things to just kind of happen spontaneously, allow things to just kind of go the way that they're gonna end up going, because it may not be in the same way that he plans it to be. Because I do feel with let chance play its creative role in your life, it makes me think of just allowing for genuine, sincere, and very spontaneous action to happen. Is like, yeah, we want these two people to be together, but we don't really know how that's gonna happen, right? I feel like that's kind of like the energy life has in his love life. Is like, just continue doing your thing. Don't really plan of like, I want this person, or I want to go down this path, or it has to be this way within this amount of time. Like, if he has like that sort of like rigid way of seeing love or timings and all of that, life is definitely kind of telling him, just allow things to happen. You do your own thing, and let destiny handle that. That's kind of like the mentality that I feel is going on here. And I do feel there's this sense of like, expect the unexpected for his love life. Now let's look at the King of Pentacles here. So here we have Taurus energy. I do feel that in this case, there's this, I actually don't remember June's individual reading, so feel free to tell me how this works with that reading, with that video, because there could be some things of like, oh yeah, he's still working towards that, or oh, you mentioned something like that kind of goes with what you're saying here. Because right now with this King of Pentacles, I'm getting the vibes of like the type of person he could want in his love life. With the King of Pentacles, in this case, we're talking about Taurus energy. So he wants someone, he wants his love life to be slow and steady, something that slowly progresses into love. He may want to start his love life with a friendship, because with Taurus energy, we're talking about a very not super slow moving energy, because Taurus is like slow and steady type of energy, right? Like, they're moving towards their goal, but they're not rushing themselves. They're going at the speed that works the best for them. They're going at their own pacing, their own rhythm, and stuff along those lines. So I do feel that he also, in his love life, he wants someone that will be very caring, someone that will take care of other people, will take care of themselves, someone he definitely wants someone that knows who they are and who has their values very well set, because Taurus is a very stubborn sign. So he wants someone that will stick to what they believe in, and someone that's very, very confident and knows who they are, and someone that has very healthy boundaries. I feel like he wants someone that knows what they want out of life, someone that feels like they have everything figured out for themselves, basically. It seems like he wants a love life that is he could be kind of old school now that I think about it. So because when I think of Taurus, I think of an energy that is very resistant to change. So in this case, I guess a Mosaic card kind of makes sense. Like, if he has a certain idea of how he wants things to be, then he could find it very difficult to find a spontaneous type of love life reassuring or comfortable, right? So I do feel like he wants things to be predictable. He wants things to be, now that I think about it, this is the only card that came up upright. So I think that's because that's something that he wants, right? This is what he desires, right? Now that I think about it, if for June, it's very difficult to go with change and do things differently, or things out of his comfort zone, I do feel that could explain why all of these cards are reversed. He's going through a transformation and a change that it makes him a bit uncomfortable, because he doesn't really like change. Change is necessary and everyone's aware of it, but I don't think he's necessarily comfortable with it. Even if it's something that even though he's changing into becoming the person that he wants, it's still kind of difficult because he's not too comfortable with it, right? Doing things differently, having to see things differently, and having different views and perspectives is something that really throws him out of his comfort zone. But that's kind of what he has to do if he wants to transform into this new person, and if he wants to be seen differently, he has to do something differently, right? So I do feel that the type of love life that he wants kind of reflects a little bit as to why he's struggling right now with change. because he wants something very steady, very stable, very predictable, something that goes according to plan in a way, slow and steady for sure. He really wants someone that's very stable, very grounded, super center, someone that they know where they know where they come from and they know where they're going, someone that is constantly working towards their goals, but also someone that knows how to enjoy life, right? I do see Taurus energy as someone that knows how to just be happy with life, how to enjoy leisure time, and just how to take it chill, right? Very calm, very relaxed. So I do feel like he kind of wants a love life that reflects that as well. Calm, predictable, maybe traditional and conventional, but life and destiny is kind of telling him, be spontaneous. Allow, you can have this type of love life, but allow for things to just not go as planned once in a while. Allow for creativity to flow through and maybe meet someone unexpectedly, or be with a person you did not expect, or for things to just kind of happen crazy, wild. Anyway, healing messages. Oh, we have a couple. I think I'll take them. So we have the Frog Spirit reversed with Clear Out the Clutter. So again, there's a sense of resisting change or struggling with change. So he seems like the Frog Spirit is here to encourage June to do some shadow work and kind of face the unknown and be ready to let go of things that do not work for him anymore. Next, we have the Spider Spirit reversed with Make Your Dreams Real. So I think it's reversed because in order to allow new things into his life, he has to get rid of the old. And again, that means change. And I do feel like he really... Oh, wait. I thought there were 4 and there are actually 5. Crazy stuff. So I do feel that June really struggles with change. He doesn't feel comfortable at all with it. He could be a Gemini, right? So a mutable sun. But that doesn't mean that he's completely confident with it. He could be confident with... Or he could be comfortable with just thinking about something new, learning about new things, gathering knowledge and information, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's comfortable with actual change, especially if it comes to his person. So what I mean, like his personality, his views, and stuff like that. So yeah, with Make Your Dreams Real reversed, it definitely feels like the Spider Spirit is kind of saying, like, in order for, get rid of the old to leave room for the new, and also... in order to allow in the new, there needs to be change. Now we have the Crow Spirit reversed with Co-Create with Spirit. So this card reverse kind of tells me that the universe is kind of asking June, like, please work with us and allow for things to be different, allow for things to be spontaneous, right? Like, he can definitely plan, but he needs to, go with the flow. So with Let It Flow is like, if things are not working out anymore, if there's a certain way that things were going on in his life is saying, like, if things are not working out, it is for a reason, so let it go. Or something has to change, allow it to change, right? If people have to go, let them go. If a certain opportunity has to go away, let it go away. If something's not working, just let it go. He doesn't have to put energy to make it work. It's just say bye-bye to it and allow it to go its merry way. That type of energy. Next, we have the Wombat Spirit reverse with Be at Home. So definitely feels like there's, like, right now he's working on healing his heart space. His body is his temple type of thing. So feeling confident with himself, with his thinking, with his environment, his situation, the people he's with, his goals, all of that. His personality, his perspective, all of that. He needs to work towards being comfortable under his own skin with his new set of goals and his new way of seeing life. So this Wombat Spirit is reversed because he needs to slowly find his center again, slowly feel at home again. And when I mean home, I don't necessarily mean the people he's with. I don't necessarily mean his family or a place in life. I mean within himself as a person and his thoughts and his feelings and his actions, right? All of that coming together into alignment to create this new version of him. That type of feeling at home type of thing. And the last healing card that we have right here is the Rabbit Spirit with Now Is a Lucky Time. So I do feel that the Rabbit Spirit has come to visit us again just to remind us that things are going to get better. Life's going to get better. Yeah! So I guess Miracle came up. I still don't know what that song is about, but it always, when it comes up, is usually that part of the song for some reason. When it comes up in my readings and I just sing it, it's usually that part. So I guess life could get better, guys. So yeah, I think the rabbit spirit is just saying that there's a lot of good luck and a lot of good fortune for him out there, but there's just some work that he has to do. It's okay. I can't say a certain time of how long it's going to take him to reach this point of this new version of himself, because this is something that is going to take time and effort, and it slowly will build up to that point. So it's not like a certain time as much as like a certain energy or mindset that he has to be in. But eventually things are going to get better, and eventually he'll feel blessings and abundance and good fortune just come his way, pouring and raining on him. He can still feel a lot of good luck and stuff right now. It's just that he might take some things for granted because he's healing and working on himself. So now let's see. Any additional messages for June? We have Forest with muddled, unclear thinking. So there's so many changes going on for him, and I think this kind of fits here actually, right? With the priest or the high priestess and the clear out the clutter frog spirit. It kind of shows that there's still things that he has to, like, he could be struggling with what new version he wants to be for himself, because he's still trying to figure out, okay, this is what I'm aiming for, this is what I want to be, but what does that mean to me? How do I define this? How do based on what it means to me, how do I manifest that physically, or how do I show that? So he's still trying to process all his feelings and all of his emotions and kind of putting words to it or putting thoughts to it in a way that he can understand it. Basically, he's trying to understand himself, let's put it that way. Next we have Cowweb with protected from negative forces beyond your control. So I do feel that life is saying you're taken care of, you're protected, you don't have to worry about what other people have to say, what other people will think, or how things are going to slow. Kind of like with his love life, right? It's kind of like just allow life to do its own thing. And also with the witch one, with let it flow, it's kind of like he is filled with positivity, he's filled with good luck and good fortune, and he's divinely protected, so he doesn't have to worry about things not going well. If things quote unquote don't go well, it's just part of his learning experience. That's just a lesson that he has to learn, something that he will take something from, if that makes sense. So like a learning experience, that's all I'm trying to get at. So if things don't quote unquote work, it's just part of his journey. It's not because he's been punished, it's not because he's not being taken care of. Is you know, if someone wants to hurt him, it's not going to work because he's taken care of, right? It's just gonna bounce right back. If he continues doing his own thing, he has nothing to worry about, only about himself, and things are gonna work out for him. Let's see, any more healing messages for June? You know, any last words? At least, okay, just give me one more then. I'll take this one. This one kind of went, but it bounced up. The one that kind of jumped up but they didn't turn around was Firecracker with excitement. So life just wants him to be excited that good things are gonna come his way. Life wants him to be excited for change, to be ready that things are just going to be different, and maybe energies are gonna move quickly. Like maybe he will have to go out of his comfort zone and quickly go from point A to point B, or maybe he will have to like embody this new version of himself for a moment and experience life, and then maybe gonna go back to who he presently is, who he is in the present moment. And maybe he will feel like, oh yeah, he has reached the goal that he wants, but then he's been pushed back and like going in a cycle. But that's just kind of like, you know, get a taste of how you could be in the future, but now let me bring you back at where you're at, so like that he can slowly be like, okay, I really like the future that I want, so let me continue working towards it. Or I know how that feels, now I have an idea of how to get there. That type of thing, right? So this Firecracker feels like there's a lot of unexpected things that are going to happen. A lot of like energy, dynamic energy moving, you know, very like something that will always get him out of his stagnant energy with the forest right here. Like whenever he's kind of like too stagnant, something is going to happen and bring excitement and energy and kind of, hype him up for change, because life knows how difficult it is for him, so they're doing everything they can to cheer him up and like push him and motivate him towards that, bring sparks of motivation for him, which in a way create tower moments, right? Difficult, challenging moments of rebuilding himself, if that makes sense. So I'll leave that there. I hope you guys like this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It seems like he's going through a big change and transformation with the version that he wants to be for himself and the person that he wants to be in the future. And it's a little bit difficult for him because, again, he is resisting change because even though he really wants it, he's not comfortable with it. That's not really how he works. He prefers for things to stay the way that they are. That brings him comfort. It's kind of like you have this earth energy, this unmovable force that now is forcing themselves to move because that's the only way they can reach their destination, right? And that is change, right? Change is always happening. It's constant. And he kind of just has to get used to the fact that it's a thing, right? Even if he's not comfortable with it, change is going to happen. It's going to still do its thing. So yeah, I hope you guys like this reading. I hope you learned from it or at least find it entertaining. I'll see you in the next one whenever that is. And love and healing from my part to you. Thank you so much for watching. And